So I've just completed my usual 30-minute session with guitar practice today, and it's it seems somewhat complicated to me, that process. I mean, I've been doing that now for probably, I would say, since last year in May, so it's over a year, and you you get to places where you feel like you're just not getting anywhere. And in a sense, I'm kind of at one of those phases right now where I'm just, I'm practicing and I'm sort of striking out chords to songs, and that there's lots of different things going on, and there's lots of micro movements and things that I'm actually getting wrong. And it's like those are the things that can really they can really hamper your progression if you're not careful. And so, obviously, one of the things that you need to keep doing is to keep going with the whole thing, because if you just stop over all of the different, they're like paper cuts, If you stop, it's like, in a sense, if you allow those things to cut you, then you're going to stop and you're never going to progress. And so that's been a fault of mine in the past, where I've got to a point where I've taken too much notice of the paper cuts, and I've made them bigger by focusing on the paper cuts. It's like when you focus on a cut or a sore or something, and you make that the center of your attention, it then balloons out and becomes this massive problem, which it never really needed to be. And I think one of the things that I'm sort of experiencing at the moment is like I'm wrestling with all these paper cuts. There's multiple paper cuts. And every so often I get one and it becomes like a big issue, and then I make it into a massive wound. And that then makes all the other paper cuts worse. So it's really that side of things, and the being self-driven is a really difficult part. And if you don't have a real end goal in mind, and you don't have a set progression in front of you, then it can be really difficult, because a lot of us we're not like the passionate musicians, or the passionate people that are going forward with their stuff, and they've got this massive view in mind. And they're like, in a sense, they have this feeling they know where they're going. And maybe I've got that wrong, maybe they don't, but there's a reason why that they have this drive to go forward, and that they, even though they get knocked down, they continue to go. So I feel, to me, in a sense, definitely on my journey, there's been a reason or a will to do something, but it's not been strong enough for me to actually follow through. And which, that's why a bigger reason is important. But yeah, so yeah, it's difficult at times, and I think that, unless you've got a real big reason as to why you want to do something, and then you've got a certain pathway plotted out in front of you, it can seem like you're getting nowhere, and then there's all the reason to stop and not do it, because of all the reasons that you think you're not good enough. So yeah, it's just something that came up today, and what have you. So anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Speak to you again soon.